and join us for that time together. We'll start on the 11th of March, so Lent begins this coming Wednesday and we're meeting Tuesday, so it will be the following Tuesday, the 11th of March, that we'll meet online, and I'll distribute the Zoom link, so we'll meet on Zoom. If you'd like to join us and you're just not very au fait, you don't know how Zoom works, or you don't know how it works, just let me know. You're welcome to come and to join with me at the vicarage in the evening if you'd like to. So please do just have a chat to me if you'd like to about that after the service. PCC meets this coming Tuesday, the 4th of March, so the agenda will be going out soon for that. And of course, this coming Wednesday is our Ash Wednesday service here in church at 7:30 p.m. And I do encourage you to make some time and space to come to that service, to mark the beginning of Lent, this special time where we want to draw closer to God, where we want to acknowledge God in our lives in the midst of our brokenness, what we're going through. It will be a very quiet and beautiful service, of course, with the distribution of ashes and a special time for us as we mark this season of Lent. This coming week also is the funeral of Dr. Yvette Joyce Hendricks. There are details of her service, which is going to be held at the burial chapel at the City of London Crematorium on Thursday the 6th at 1:30. And the family have invited those of you who knew Yvette to join them at that service. Another announcement, a few of us were not sure. This sometimes happens in church. We haven't seen someone for a while and we're trying to work out if they're okay and what's been going on. Pam had been away over Christmas, and I think many of us didn't know that she was actually back. Well, she is back, but she's been very unwell for some time. So if you are in touch with Pam, do reach out to her and keep her in your prayers as we continue to pray for her and for her health at this time. Many of you also might not have seen Candice for a little while. She has not been ill, but she's been working on a single, and that single has just been released, and I put it in the WhatsApp chat. So if you'd like to listen to her new single and encourage her, and if you know Candice, then send her a little text to encourage her, because she, like many of us, has been going through quite a difficult time at the moment. So it's a real testimony for her to have been able to do that, to work through that, and to produce her new single. So well done to her, and let's continue to pray for her too. Another media announcement. We're on Songs of Praise today, the clown service at 1:15. So if you want to watch that, it will be available today, obviously showing at 1:15 and then available on iPlayer, and I've put the link to in that WhatsApp group. If you're not in the church WhatsApp group and you'd like to be, just do speak to me after the service and I can add you to that group. Nick, you look like you might have a notice. Wonderful. Go ahead, yeah.
Two things. First of all, immediately after the service, could the men all please meet up, because Joe's got various things to talk about. And the second thing, and we're giving you 2 months' notice, I think, we've got our APCM coming up, which is our annual general meeting. But once every, I think it's 5 years, the church register, probably with the official word, electoral roll, thank you very much, has to be completely redone. So you are invited to be on the electoral roll. We would love you to be on the electoral roll. If you worship in the church, that's everyone here. If you live in the parish, that's everyone who should be here and isn't. And anyone else who would like to be on the electoral roll. So it's completely open. Now, we are moving into the 20th century, so it's going to be online from this year. Now, that's not as bad as it sounds. What we will do is we'll put out on the church WhatsApp group a link. I'm not going to be here next Sunday because Nicola and I are going off to France for a long weekend. But the Sunday after, I'll be sitting at the back with a computer, so that for those of you who struggle with such things, me included, we'll be able to work through and register you all. So please form an orderly queue at the back with a nice cup of coffee at the end of the service the week after next. We'll get you all registered.
Thank you, Nick. And a huge thank you to you, Nick, to Chris, to everybody who was able to you to Alika for hosting, to our guests, Courtney, Steve, to Josie, to our young people who gave their prayer requests, to those of you who came out. It was a really wonderful time for us to come and pray together, but to be with one another, and to be with one another in Stepney, and to welcome our Bishop Joanne. So thank you for all your help. Shania. I'll go to the mic so you'll hear you. Thanks, Shania.
Morning. So, just a quick notice about the feeding programme. So our next one is on the 16th of March, and while we have enough volunteers for the actual day, we would like the church to get involved a little bit more if you can. So this coming Wednesday, if anyone's going to get the Ash Wednesday service, we're going to have some flyers at the back of the church. Please take some if you want to post some into any neighbours' doors, if you want to hand it out to anyone that you see. They'll be there Wednesday and they'll also be there next week Sunday. We'll just pick up some of our flyers and just hand that to anyone that you see. We just need some help with advertisement. We're good for volunteers and actually.
Can you tell us a bit more about the feeding programme? Like who you're offering food to, how you're offering it, Shania?
Yeah, so we feed anyone who needs food on every third Sunday of the month. We do it at Holy Trinity, so we have partnered with another church who have been doing something like this before. They mainly bring the food and we're just there to host the space essentially. So we have food, hot food, teas, coffees, juice. We set up some tables. To date, we haven't actually had a very good out. Yeah, we haven't had many people come, but that's why we would like some help with advertising. There's only so many of us, and we can only hand out so many leaflets and stick it up and contact people. So anything you guys can do to take a leaflet, hand it out. Yeah, homeless but in need as well.
Yeah, there's people who come and get takeaway and take it back to their families too, so it's not exclusively for people who are homeless. And I think any feedback is helpful, so if you know you're having a conversation with someone and they're like, actually I don't get food from such and such on a Sunday, it's helpful for the team to know that what's going on, so we're aware of all the different things that are happening. Yes, Alika's got one. Thank you very much. Thanks, Shania.
Just on the back of that, when you take a flyer, if a lot of people live in estates with little notice boards, doctors' surgeries, post offices, wherever you see a notice board, schools, ask just to put it up. You don't necessarily have to do it yourself, but the more people can see it and recognise it, if they're passing a homeless shelter or a hostel or somewhere where you know where there's mums and children, those are the kind of places that you can leave it in. I just wanted to feedback. Yesterday I was at Stepney St Anne's Church for the Vocation Day, and I learned a lot. I was there to help speak about the pioneering course and the role of the pioneering tutors, but there were people there from lay licensed ministers, readers like Joe. There were people that did the pastoral care, and that sounded really nice. Like they went and trained them, and they go and sit with people and listen and just hold their hand. They could be at hospital sick, but you know, like what Reverend Royal was saying, you don't have people when people are sick to go out and they can't do it all themselves. But it sounded really good, and they spoke about church and what else? Oh yeah, and the apprenticeship was there, and there was an intern there. Like it was really nice to hear the different things that people can get involved with that don't necessarily mean that you're becoming clergy, if that makes sense. And the support that's behind all of the roles was amazing, because the lady came and spoke about it, but they've got a little community where they're together a year, and then they go out. It's all very the safeguarding's there for them. So it was really nice to actually hear what people are doing. So if anybody is interested, yeah, she likes to send the Reverend Laura and myself, or even get in contact with Irena. So yeah, I just want to say it was a lovely morning. I did a presentation, and obviously it was for Holy Roman Trinity Saints and everything that we're doing here around in the organisation. So
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you. Birthdays. I know it's Joanna's birthday today. She's with her daddy this morning, but she's going to be here next week to be be sung happy birthday too. Are there any other birthdays today? No. Let's stand then for our blessing. And let's, if you'd like to hold your hands out today to receive God's blessing, that you might be empowered by the beauty of the Lord's presence shining on your face to reflect God's glory as we go out in this place today. We go into the world to walk in God's light, to rejoice in God's love, and to reflect God's glory. The blessing of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit be upon you and rest upon you and all those you love, now and always. Amen. Let's join to sing our final hymn, hymn number 64.